Welcome everyone. Hi. And are there any chess fans here? So wonderful to see all of you in Bangalore, and a warm welcome to you to this WestBridge Anand Chess Academy celebration. It's called From Grandmasters to World Champions. I think this front row which we have is one of the strongest ever, gathering of chess players that we have had in the country, and I'm so excited. So it's going to be a very relaxed evening, very nice. There's also a chance for all of you to ask questions, and there's also a quiz that's going to be held where all of you have to take part. Okay, so keep your mobiles ready as we are going to do that. But first, let me just give you a short intro of what this is about. Let's have the first picture over here. Any idea who this is? Any Viswanathan fans in the house? Guys, so here's the story of Indian chess. So Indian chess was, improving very slowly in the 60s, in the 70s. And then comes this boy, born in 1969, Vishy Anand. And let's have the next slide. And he takes the world by storm. Okay. He becomes the world junior champion. He becomes one of the best in the world. And he reaches where no Indian has ever reached before. He becomes the first grandmaster from the country. And believe it or not, he's still top 10 in the world as on today. India now boasts of 75 grandmasters, as you can see, and it would be appropriate to say that Vishy Anand has played a huge role in this. So we have all these grandmasters and amazing chess players all over the years. But there's one small thing, all of them were reaching like 2700 and so on. But that last step to become the world champion, first to reach the candidates, then to become the world champion, that was missing. And so Vishy Anand thought of an idea, and that was to build an academy and to train the young talents of the country who are the future. And with that, the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy took place. And this is a picture taken today, just a couple of hours ago. And these are all the WACA mentees, the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy. And so just to tell you about who the mentees are, you have on the left, Arjun Erigaisi, world number 22. You have Gukesh, world number 24. You have Praggnanandhaa, world number 50. You have Nihal Sarin, world number 64. And all of them are in their teens. These are the juniors in the world of chess as on today. And you can see in the top 20 out there, we have all of them. We also have Raunak Sadhwani at number 14. And just missing a list by a small margin is Leon Mendonça, who is around 21st junior in the world there. He's also here. Let's have the next one. And we have two girls, Vaishali and Savita Shri. And both of them are 29th and 33rd, not on the junior ranking, in the world ranking. And they are also here. And so this idea of the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy, we will of course have Vishy Anand joining us very shortly. But before that, I want to call the man who played with Vishy Anand today and the one who made this entire thing possible, Sandeep Singhal, the managing partner at WestBridge Capital. Sandeep, welcome.
he promised me that he will not show any live recording of this because I think terrible is not the right word how I played today. So, well, how I play in general. So, please go ahead. Do you have a question for me?
Yeah, so Sandeep, just what is happening here is phenomenal. The packed audience, these amazing talents. Just tell us a bit about this entire thing, like the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy, and what are your feelings about it?
Well, first of all, welcome everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all here to meet with the sort of galaxy of bright young stars here. Um, I mean, frankly, WACA is Anand's idea. Um, we had called Anand to talk to our team, our investment team, and we do this funny business of investing in companies where we do pattern recognition, and we had called Anand to help us or just talk to us about what can we learn from chess, because chess is a game of pattern recognition. And after the talk, Anand was going, and I was just walking him to his taxi, and we just ended up chatting. And I asked Anand, "Hey, are there things on your mind that you'd like to do as you sort of look at your next decade?" And Anand is very thoughtful, and he said, "Let me think about it." And 2 or 3 months later, he actually texted, or we exchanged, and then we started talking. So basically, it is his idea, and we just have the good fortune of associating ourselves with it, backing him in whatever way we can. Why did this appeal to us? I mean, there are multiple reasons. Well, first of all, the fact that, or the possibility of India dominating world chess, I mean, it's an idea whose time has come. Like in many other walks of life, even though our country and our city seems crumbling, underneath it, there's just steady progress in a lot of different things. And chess is no different. So the fire that Anand lighted a few decades ago is now going to burn strong. So that was one reason. The second reason is that, many sports around the world are actually discovered elsewhere or invented elsewhere, something in US, something in Europe, something elsewhere. It feels like chess could be a game that was originally discovered in India, even though it's arguable. Some other countries will argue. So we felt good about backing a game that was originally Indian and possibly see, be a small part of trying to get a glory, kind of glory that sort of bestows, on us. Indians are generally, in physical games, you can argue, we're doing well in many sports, but in mental games, we should be at top of the world. So that was one of the other reasons. So I better stop my rambling at this stage. So that was really the reason. Anand's idea. We happen to be at the scene, and we are super fortunate to have this young, bright galaxy of stars. Anand will talk more about it. Anand is very diligent. He writes his quarterly reports at the academy. I never expected him to be so diligent. He's literally every quarter he writes a report, and whatever targets he had set for each one of them, they have like super exceeded them. So I welcome everyone here, and looking forward to this wonderful evening of conversation with the champions and Vishy.
Sandeep, before we let you go, I want you to tell our viewers that today you played some chess, and I mean, it was a.
I thought we had an agreement.
Everyone went to WestBridge. It was great fun. There was a lot of chess around. So, what did you feel? And have you ever played chess before? Like, how is your attachment with chess?
Well, I really played chess when I was a really young kid, 8, 9, 10, 12 years old. I should have played a few days before today to just at least get a sense of, what happens when you're looking at the board, how intimidating it can be with people on the other side. Look, it's a wonderful game. It's probably the original esports game. When you're looking at it from far, there's no emotions. But when you are at the chessboard, it's like a war going on there. Like psychologically, it can torment you when someone takes your pawn or bishop or rook or queen, like I gave up today. It literally, it's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game. And, Satyajit Ray in his movie Shatranj Ke Khiladi just sort of brought it to life. Just wonderful game.
Fantastic. Guys, I must tell you something that in chess, one of the most difficult things for any rising talent is the right training, the right direction. And WestBridge is doing a phenomenal job of powering Indian chess. So big round of applause to them. And to Sandeep, thank you.
Well, no, I just want to say that most of the glory goes to the young children here, the young champions here. their parents and their coaches. We just happen to be at that place where, we can contribute a little bit. Genuinely so. This is not humble talk. It takes so many years for them to get to the place where we could, help a little bit. So really, our contribution is minute. Don't want to overplay it. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Sandeep. So before we get going, the next thing is very interesting. And this involves all of you being here. It's called, do you know your prodigies? Okay. So your chance to actually take part in this quiz that we have prepared. It's a 10-point quiz. And you have to get out your phones. I hope your internet works here. And the top 3 finishers get a chess set. And that chess set is your gift. And later on, you can get it signed by all of them. So it's going to be a great memory for you. So here's the thing you have to do. Go to this joinmyquiz.com. I'm not going to say the code out because then all those who are watching online will also join in. So here, please don't start it out. Just type it in on your phone. I hope your internet's working. And the idea is to, it's the code is here. So just go to joinmyquiz.com and then put in this code. So we have 30 seconds and then we'll get going. Have you guys been able to? Look. People are getting entering into it. So. Okay, good. Yeah, if in case it hangs or something, you can just refresh. Nothing will go away. Yeah, you can just refresh your page and you'll be there. Fantastic. We are now up to 30. Nice. Ready? People are saying 1 minute. Okay. We have 58. Yeah. I'll come in the center. Sure. Okay, we'll wait till 100, then we start. Yeah. We are up to 80. Guys, are any of you playing? No. The quiz is on them. You can play, yes. Viswanathan says he joined briefly, but then they all said to him, please don't. Okay, so we are 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and 100. Let's go. Vinayak Shukla, you're the lucky one. Oh, Vishrut also got in. Let's start. Okay, the first question here is, which was the last big tournament that Arjun Erigaisi won? And remember guys, speed is important. The options are on your phone. You need to click them and it is accuracy plus speed. So at the end of the 30 seconds that you get, the one who answers it fastest gets the most number of points. We have already 100 and plus entries. Last second and done. So the answer was, what was it? Abu Dhabi Masters, yes. And we have good boy, good leading. Okay, I hope he's here. Is good boy good here? He's there. Okay, great. Let's go. Next question. Which sport did Gukesh's parents want him to excel at before chess? And the options are on your phone. I think there's badminton, there is tennis. Can we have the options here on the screen? Yeah. Badminton, tennis, football, cricket. So Gukesh, who's now world number 22, the idea first was put him into another sport. Let's see. Oh my God, look at this. Oh, Sandeep is at number 2. Wow. Great. The right answer, by the way, is tennis. And it's very interesting because even Viswanathan Anand had a similar story that he was playing tennis for the first few months and then he switched to chess. So 31 of you got it right. Let's go to the next question. Which city in the world does Leon Mendonça call as his second home? Let's look at the options. Can we have the options? The options are Barcelona, Bucharest, Budapest, and Berlin. You know, Leon spends a lot of time in the city. One of his favorites. Time's up, and we have, let's see how many of you got it right this time. And first look at the leaderboard. Man, Good Boy Good is just going up. Amazing. Shant is at number 2. And 46 people guessed it right. It was Budapest. And Leon loves that city. Let's go to the next one. Savita Shri's current rating was 243. Current rating is 2435. What was the rating that she began with when she was 6 years old? Actually, she was 5.5 at that point. What was her first rating? 1031, 1245. Tough one, yeah. 1467 or 1698. So she's reached 2435 now. But she began with quite a low rating. Okay, time is up. Let's have a look. Oh, we have changed. Vivek at the top with all the right answers. The answer was 1031. How many in this room stronger than 1031? Oh my God. So many. So guys, you can reach there, 2435. Okay. Let's have the next question here. Who is Sandipan Chanda's favorite chess student? Okay, remember Sandipan has a very unique sense of humor. Okay, Gukesh, Nihal, Prag, Sandipan. Who is Sandipan Chanda? He's, by the way, trainer at the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy and one of India's top Grandmasters. Who is his favorite chess student? Is it Prag? Okay. Time's up. Let's see how many of you got it right. But first, the leaderboard. Vivek still there. Sandeep moves up. Sandeep, you are not playing, are you? You're playing. And the answer is Sandipan. Wow, 33 of you guessed it right. We're going to invite Sandipan on the stage later on and ask him about this. But Sandipan's favorite student is Sandipan himself. Okay, let's go to the next one. What is Raunak's move of the Chess Olympiad 2022? He played a beautiful move at the Olympiad and it was like super famous. Was it NBD4? Was it NF5? Was it Bishop C4? Or was it Queen H6? What was the move that kind of stunned everyone at the Olympiad, including his opponent? Let's see how many of you followed this game. Time's up. And we have Vivek who's at the top still. Good Boy Good comes up. Akash is there. And yes, it was NBD4. 35 of you got it right. It was against Dominguez, who's one of the best players in the world, who is one of the best players in the world. So let's go to the next question. We are now at, I think, number 7. There are last 4 left. So let's go for it. When Vaishali played with Magnus Carlsen for the first time, how old was she? So we all know Prag recently played with Magnus Carlsen, but Vaishali too has played with him and beaten him. Is it 15 years old, 20 years old, 12 years old, or 18 years old? Let's see. Time is up, and going to the leaderboard. Oh, and Good Boy Good is up there. Vivek Brofist. And we also have Hina, who's at number 4, Raunak's mother. The right answer is 12 years old, and 43 of you got it right. She was just 12 when she beat Magnus. We'll get to know more about it. There's a special event. We'll ask her when she comes up. Okay, let's go for the next one. How was Nihal Sarin known when he was a little boy? Let's look at the option. The boy who never sleeps, the boy who never sits, the boy who never eats, and the boy who never thinks. Very interesting. How was Nihal Sarin known when he was a little boy? I think many of you would know that. Let's see. Oh my God. Oh, Raunak's mother, Hina Sadhwani at the top. The boy who never sits is the correct answer. You know, Nihal would hardly ever sit on the board. He would make his move and he would walk around. So 52 of you got it right. And there were 21 who said, boy who never thinks. Come on. He's a chess player. How would it be? How old was Prag? This is the second last question. When he became an IM. 10 years, 10 months. 11 years, 8 months. 13 years, 2 months. Or 9 years and 10 months. Praggnanandhaa at that point, when he became an IM, was the youngest IM in the world. And at what age did he do that? Time is up, and let's see if you've got it right. Still leading, and we have 46 people giving the right answer. He became an IM at the age of just 10 years and 10 months. It happened at Bhubaneswar Open, and as Prag likes to tell me, it happened when it was Gukesh's birthday, 29th of May. Okay, let's go to the next question. When was the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy launched? This is the last question for you, and you need to get it right, because this can change everything. January 21, April 2020, September 2019, or December 2021? And your time is up, and let's see what the right answer is. No, first let's see the leaderboard. Who's won this? Hina wins it. Oh my God. We'll look at the leaderboard again, but the right answer was January 2021. So it's roughly been a year and a half since WACA began. And can we just look at the leaderboard there? There's a button below there at 146 number. If you can click on it below the leaderboard. Yeah. We have Hina, who's won this, and with 6,570 points. Hina, if you can just wave out to our audience. She's Raunak Sadhwani's mother, but I guess most likely you would want the prize to be given to the next one. Yes, okay. We have Good Boy Good, who's at the second position. Is he there? Yeah, he's there, right at the back. Congratulations. Sarin is number 3. Nihal's dad. He's number 3. So can I give you a prize to the next one? Okay, awesome. We have Ajitesh, who has 5,430 points. Ajitesh, you are number 2 and you get a chess board. And the last one, Vivek. Third prize goes to Vivek. There, Vivek, congratulations. Why is there an asterisk next to your name? Because, okay. So, has 5,420. Oh, there are 4 gifts. Okay, so the lucky one gets the gift. One more. Brofist. Who's Brofist? There. Oh, Brofist. Congratulations. So, your 4 chess sets, wooden chess sets, are lying here. And you can collect it at the end. We'll make sure you get it. And then you can get it signed. Okay. So, did you enjoy this quiz? Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the next segment. We'll be calling each one of our members from the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy onto the stage. We'll be talking with them. There'll also be an audio visual which will introduce them to you so you can listen to it. And in case anyone has any questions, there's a mic there. So you can come and queue up there later on to ask your questions. Okay. He has been the India number 1 for over 3 decades now and has been the 5-time world champion. Viswanathan Anand holds the unique distinction of winning world championships in all formats. There's no doubt in anyone's mind that Vishy Anand is the single biggest reason for the chess boom that is currently happening in India. Anand's consistency in providing one power-packed performance after another is the reason why so many youngsters took up to the sport of chess in the first place. And currently, India boasts of having one of the best talent pool in the world of chess. Instead of witnessing the chess boom from a distance, Vishy decided to jump right into the mix of things and start the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy, also known as WACA. It started with 5 young talents and very soon expanded into 7. The main idea of Vishy in starting WACA was to improve the conversion rate of Indian juniors becoming the absolute best in the world. With decades of experience and being on the top of the sport, even at the age of 52, Vishy Anand has adapted to the changing times in chess like no one else. Receiving knowledge from Vishy and his team of trainers helps to expedite the growth of the youngsters to the top. Anand has been there and done that, and that is a huge boost for the youngsters. While Vishy works hard on the chess part and is very meticulous about how he plans things chess-wise, the soul of WACA management is definitely Aruna Anand. Aruna's keen sense of management and leadership has ensured that this ambitious project moves forward in the right direction. The power couple has been serving Indian chess for more than 25 years now, and with the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy, they continue to do so. Guys, let's have a huge round of applause for Aruna here. She's always been there and she manages everything so perfectly well. And now let's invite the one and only, the timeless, the legend, Vishy Anand. Vishy, welcome.
Thank you, Sagar.
Full packed house, and Bangalore
Amazing.
is like booming with chess. Yeah, everyone's filled with chess.
Absolutely.
One question I wanted to ask you is, you are now top 10 in the world. How does that feel? You're now number 9.
Well, it's the power of a good night's sleep because it happened when I was sleeping. So three days ago or something, I had a fantastic night's sleep and woke up and I was number 9 in the world. So everyone get a good night's sleep.
Amazing. So Vishy, the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy, and I think it's a very, very ambitious project. And it's been 1.5 years since it's been going on. Each and every kid has been progressing upwards. Few have reached top 25 in the world. How does that feel? Are you surprised? How is your feeling?
So Sandeep mentioned that we had this chance conversation. I was just leaving. He said, is there anything project we can do together? I'll make this answer a bit long, but And I said, okay, I'll get back to you. I thought about what we could do. So there used to be, as always, you look for inspiration from the past. There were two things that immediately came to my mind, which I noticed when I was growing up. One was the Botvinnik Chess Academy. So Botvinnik used to have an academy where the top Soviet players, well, now many of them are in their 70s, but they were juniors then, used to come to Botvinnik, and he used to have these classes. Famously, Anatoly Karpov came to his academy, and Botvinnik said, "This boy has no talent." And okay, that's one model. The second one was there was an American fellowship called the Samford Fellowship, where a person called Mr. Samford, he had this money put away, and he said, every year I want to support American juniors because American juniors are unable to play chess competitively, seriously, dedicate themselves to it, because the demands of university and a job and everything get in the way. So my idea, invariably, you have to adapt any old idea to the new times. My idea was, let's combine these two. Mm-hmm. I'll try to, like Botvinnik, be the one setting some criteria and thing to get people in. And the second, let's also back them in a sense financially. Let's allow them to dedicate themselves. As has been mentioned, there is already quite a nice support system. Principally the parents. So they're always long suffering. My parents as well went through the same thing. It happens in every sport. So parents always patiently go and sit at every Swiss tournament. As you mentioned, they talk to each other, they keep each other company. I still remember in a bus in Gibraltar, when we were going from the hall to the thing, like 3 or 4 Indian parents all sitting there because their kids are playing and just bored stiff, but they're going around the bus. Anyway, so parents are one thing. They have trainers already. There are other people. You and Amrita have done a lot. And I think WestBridge the WACA Academy is one more support system on top of that, and we try to fill that role. So that's kind of how I envisaged it. We started in Jan 2021. Leon just sneaked in December 30th in Budapest.
Yeah,
he became a Grandmaster, and then we could get him in the first wave. And later on, Arjun joined, and Savita is joining now. So that's the thing. I'm not completely sure Budapest is his second home, though. I think it's almost his first home. But anyway, so first 6 months, my idea was, let's not lose any time with the pandemic. Let's keep working so that when it ends, you're in better shape to compete. That's the only part of WestBridge, the WACA Academy, which went according to plan. Because after that, they're overshooting my targets every single time. I mean, I said something, maybe we can hit 2650, and they're all 2675, and I'm wondering what's happening. Then you say, well, maybe we can aim for 2700. Now they're over that, and it's like this. So it's great. The results are very good. The trainers are fantastic. So my idea roughly was Yusupov for endings, Gaevsky for openings, Sandipan for middle games, and then we also have Boris Gelfand making some guest appearances. So in fact, he's becoming more and more regular now. And it's been great. And as you mentioned, my support system. So everyone who knows me well knows that I commit to all sorts of things. And then invariably in the chaos, Aruna ends up doing a lot of the work. So that's always very nice. But at least she didn't enter the quiz today. So that's something. And yeah, that's it.
That's my one question. Like, how are you able to do so many things, and that too meticulously? Yeah, like for example, playing top in the world. Then you are also at FIDE, now deputy president. Now this WACA, and as Sandeep mentioned, you are so meticulous about report making plans. How do you find time?
First of all, what you enjoy, you typically find time for. So My playing is helped by the fact that I can piggyback on a lot of the material we make for them, interacting with them. And as I said, it's not like I'm training some kids. These are bona fide top players in the world. So working with them allows me to get some of my preparation done and so on. Aruna helps out with a lot of the other stuff. The only thing, actually, she says you should keep this habit of this discipline of writing reports. And then this is very useful because at some point recently, I wanted to check when did we aim for 2700 in the first time? And then I could go back reading the old reports and realize, we had scheduled it for sometime next year, to give you an idea and so on. So these reports are very nice because it allows you to go back and check what you thought at that time. And if you don't do that often enough, you forget it. So I think that is very, very useful.
Fantastic. And it's been 1.5 years since WACA has begun. So where do you see this going on continuously in the same way? What are your plans in the coming days?
At first, we had we had two groups. I would admit, but I said something like there must be young and there must be grandmasters, and we'll go from there. Then it was Vaishali. In the first wave, Prag, Nihal, Gukesh, Raunak, and last minute was Leon. Then I noticed that Arjun was doing very well. For some reason, because he was a little bit older, I didn't put him in at first, but then I understood my mistake. So within a few months, already by April, he had joined. And now Savita has joined. So it's slowly filling up like that. And besides that, I see that an arbitrary line is always a bit awkward, and many of these classes can be shared with more. So we have more youngsters who join in these classes. Amongst the girls, there's Divya, Vantika, Bhakti, who turn up regularly, Aditya Mittal, Karthik and Murli. So there are some more who join in the classes and so on.
Amazing. And I can see a lot of young kids here in the crowd. And guys, if you keep improving, maybe someday you would be also part of this training with Vishy Anand.
And also to answer your second question, it's evolving. So at the first wave, I would say I saw them as one collective group, but now I realize their individual challenges and opportunities even are getting different. So our program is now evolving. We're going to be more individualized in how we deal with many of them. So can't just say two big groups. There are more and more streams, but it's a pleasant problem to have because they've done so well.
Fantastic. And WACA is just amazing. Anand, it's fantastic. I would like you to take a seat here, and we are going to invite players one after the other. And I want to pick your minds on each of the players when they arrive. So if you could just
sure.
have a seat here. Thank you. So that's Vishy. And let's go to the trainers of WACA, the most important part of WACA who have been supporting these youngsters. There are 4 trainers. Let's have a look at an audio visual as to who the trainers are. Training at the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy is led by the efforts of the 5-time world champion Vishy Anand and the team of trainers that he has built. Vishy Anand has handpicked the team so as to ensure that the highest level of quality training is imparted to the youngsters. The first trainer is Grandmaster Boris Gelfand, former world championship challenger and the man who gave Vishy Anand a very tough time at the World Championship 2012. Boris was the absolute best in the world a few years ago and still is a force to reckon with, as he showed at the Lyon Masters 2022 by beating Vishy. The second trainer at WACA is Arthur Yusupov, an absolute top player in the world. Yusupov has been both an opponent to Anand as well as his trainer. Yusupov has reached the candidate semi-finals 3 times, which just shows what an amazing player he is. The third trainer is Polish Grandmaster Grzegorz Gajewski. Gajewski is a strong player with a peak rating of 2659. In 2014, he started working seriously with Anand for his World Championship match with Carlsen. Since then, Gajewski has stuck with Vishy through thick and thin and has been his permanent second. Gaevsky is a powerful opening theoretician. The fourth trainer in the team is Grandmaster Sandipan Chanda. With a peak rating of 2656, Sandipan was one of the strongest GMs of India. He assisted Vichy in the 2013 World Championship match and since then has worked on and off with Anand. The team of Anand, Gelfand, Yusupov, Gaevsky and Chanda makes the WestBridge Anand Chess Academy truly a place where knowledge, experience and excellence join hands. They have played a tangible role in the growth of these youngsters and we thank them for their efforts. Representing the entire team of trainers
at the
here
WestBridge
is
Anand Chess
Sandipan
Academy is
Chanda.
led by the
Let's have him on the stage. Hello, Sandipan. Hi, Sagar. So, Sandipan, one question I wanted to ask you is how has been the overall experience training these youngsters, these super talents?
Very interesting. First of all, I was pleasantly surprised when around November 2020, Anand told me that there's something like this coming up. And I told to him, great, it sounds very interesting, but I have no experience basically of training. But Anand said, no, it doesn't matter. And then he in fact sat with me for a couple of sessions just to see how things might go. And I was really touched by that gesture. And from some point onward, I felt that it is actually interesting. And in fact, from WACA, what the students are getting is chess training. And what I am getting is, I'm getting chess training. I'm learning from the students as well as I'm getting sponsored by them. So it's very interesting.
Fantastic, Sandipan. And one question that we all wanted to ask you is, what is this, you are your favorite student?
Okay, honestly, today in the bus, Sagar was trying to kind of extract some interesting questions from me. And then the story goes back a few years when at a closing in a tournament in Bombay, after one of my usual failures, I was sitting with Sagar at the closing. And Sagar asked me, do you coach? Like I mentioned, it was before the COVID times and I never did coaching really. And I said, no, I never do. And anyways, the only student I have is playing so consistently badly that I don't think I would be a successful trainer. And in the chess world, you usually do not like to ask directly who is your student, who is your coach, because people like to keep it confidential. But Sagar could not resist his temptation. I saw he's doing like this. And then he asked me, may I know who is your student? He said, Sandipan Chanda. So, he lacks talent. And he's also a bit lazy. But I think he's very, very young and he's trying to improve. And I have hopes on him still.
Sandipan plays very actively and you should see his games. He's amazing. Thank you so much, Sandipan. Please do take a seat. And Vishy, related to the trainers in the WACA, how often are you in touch with them? Like there are 4 trainers there. And what is it like? Because each one of them is amazing. They are such world-class trainers. So how does it work?
So the 4 trainers are Arthur Yusupov. He's the oldest. He was a candidate when I was 14, and he was playing already in the interzonal and candidates tournaments of the World Championship cycle. He comes from something called the Dvoretsky School. And I thought this component was very important. He brought these old training methods, which are useful because you need some sort of base. See, just dropping in with computer analysis, you might not even understand what it's saying. But if you have a nice solid base, and then you can build on that. So I had this idea to ask him. He, by the way, coaches many generations of students for the last 20, 25 years. He's been coaching full time. And I was happy he's a very close friend, but I was happy he was able to find time because he has quite a busy schedule. In fact, he's the most regular coach. He's done most sessions. Every Wednesday he locks and he commits. And so what can I say is interesting. Arthur is a genuinely nice person. I've never seen him angry or anything at anyone. I think Sandeep and me agreed once that he's Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. If you see his picture, and he's genuinely a very nice guy. And what I felt that it's very easy to miss when you're young is end games. So I asked him to go systematically over that. Gaevsky and Sandipan, are both very, very creative thinkers in the sense that Gaevsky has some training methods, especially the opening stuff, which I found very useful for the 7-8 years we were working together, and but just before the pandemic till. And I thought he can, just being with him and seeing how he approached openings, the level of scrutiny he puts every single one is in a sense improving it for them. I mean, everyone starts off a bit here and there, and then you refine your method, you get better at it. So Gaevsky is very nice. I think he's got this trait of creative people.
Training at the WestBridge Anand Chess
He has his way
Academy.
of doing many things, which I like. And
Arjun Erigaisi.
you kind of have to work around that with them. That was the case with me even when I was being coached by him. But I believe that many of our youngsters have benefited in opening preparation with them. Both of them mostly train with them in Zoom. I don't think Gaevsky has met them in many places. I don't think any of you has met Arthur even. So yeah, that'll be a big meeting one day. And Sandipan, what can I say? He's a very, very close friend, very nice guy.
Indian
I like to tease him a lot.
Indian chess has had only two.
So I also, I think he's the one coach with whom I feel I have the liberty to just say, well,
He has been
teach it this way, can we teach it that way, can we do this class, whatever I'll come up with, and he'll do it. I'll tell you some nice stories about Sandipan. So
He has been the Indian.
My favorite story of Sandipan is once he and Sasikiran was sharing a room. So one morning, Sasikiran woke up, got ready to go for a run, woke up Sandipan, of course, and said, can you lock the door behind me when I go for a run? So Sandipan said, okay. Then he goes for his jog. Poor Sandipan locks the door, then goes back to sleep. Then 1 hour later, Sasi finishes his run, comes back. Bam, 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 bam. Sandipan! Sandipan gets up again, wakes up. Thinks. Sasi comes into the room, goes for
Truly a place.
shower. Sandipan goes back to sleep. So one of the most laid back guys. And actually the story is nice because I think the players will all recognize both of them in this story. So, yeah. And Sandipan
Makes the WestBridge Anand
laid back. Another of my favorite stories with him is that Surya Ganguly, another mutual friend and coach, but he said, yeah, quite often I will send Sandipan an email, then I'll send him a letter telling him to answer his phone the next time I call him. Then I will tell him to check his email. So, because he can be so laid back if he wants to. At the same time, he's unflappable almost anyway. I've never seen him even remotely stressed. So, as you can see, and he really helped me 2 times. One was in 2007 when I was getting ready for my Mexico thing. And second time in Hanti-Mansijsk in 2014, I think he played a very big part in because even though I had match preparation left after the loss, I remember there were so many critical problems that he had to sit and solve. And that was a very, very crucial part of that one. So I'm always grateful to him for that.
Fantastic.
I forgot to
Boris.
mention Boris Gelfand. Boris Gelfand was obviously a big rival of mine. We played in 2012, but we've been friends for a very long time. In a way, it's very nice to see many of them. They're also rivals, and they will be rivals for a long time. But they're also each other's closest friends in many ways. And it's like that with Boris and me. He was actually one of my nightmare opponents at the beginning. I lost my first 4 games against him.
Oh.
And then I don't know what happened. For 2 years, I didn't play him, during which time probably I forgot how unpleasant he was. And then, I mean, as a chess player, and I won 1 game, then I won a 2nd game, and suddenly my results against him improved. And he challenged me for the world title in 2012. I got in by the skin of my teeth. And I like to joke that whenever he comes there, he's the old man in the tournament because he's 1.5 years older than me. So nowadays I'm older than the next participant by at least a decade. But Boris saves me from being the veteran over there. So I'm very grateful when Boris and I come and I make jokes about that. Gelfand, I think, is someone who is of the Yusupov kind of chess upbringing, if you like. So steeped in the Soviet methods and I think the attitude to working. But Boris has kept up with the times. He works very consistently with computers and everything. So I get him more or less for experience classes that he shares his life experiences, stories, and all these things. Because times change, tournaments change, methods change, but the experience you have sitting there actually doesn't change that much. Even Morphy would recognize our emotions, even if he didn't recognize our moves. So I think that's the one thing I wanted Gelfand to convey and what I try to convey. There's no point trying to say this is a better working method or that one, but you try to convey how you reacted to different situations. Anyway, that's the story of the second.
Fantastic, fantastic. What a team, WACA. I mean, each one brings so much value to the table, and it's simply phenomenal. We now will move on to the students at WACA, the mentees. And let's first begin with the guy who's taken the chess world by storm, who is now the new India #2, Arjun Erigaisi. Arjun Erigaisi has taken the world of chess by storm in a big way. When things started to open up after the pandemic, Arjun's ELO was 2559. As on today, a year later, Arjun stands at an ELO of 2727, reaching world number 22 and India #3. Arjun has proved himself in all formats, from becoming the first Indian to qualify to the knockout stages of the Champions Chess Tour, to beating Caruana and co at the Lindores Abbey Blitz, to winning the Tata Steel Chess India Rapid ahead of Levon Aronian, to clinching the Tata Steel Challengers in Vaikanze with a performance of 2800 plus, to winning the Delhi Open and becoming the national champion of India, to winning the Abu Dhabi Masters with an ELO rating performance of 2893. Phew, the list goes on and on. Arjun has also won the individual silver medal on board 3 at the Chess Olympiad 2022. Humble, soft-spoken, and extremely determined, it's going to be exciting to follow the journey of this amazing 19-year-old genius in the days to come. He's going to Slovenia now to play his next tournament, so he couldn't join us. But a very quick word about Arjun, Rishi. What do you have to say about his rise?
It's been incredibly fast. He was 2,500 something when we started out, and he's more than 180 points in a couple of years. And he's the quietest of the lot. Actually, it's very hard to... I don't know if I want to call him shy.
Arjun Erigaisi has taken
very non-violent off the board. And at the board, he's quite lethal. I think he's maybe got the, I don't know, healthy classical style. And he can play quiet positions just as well. He gets the job done. because he's so quiet, you don't realize he's there, and then his score speaks for itself, so to speak. So in many tournaments, he runs away with it. Abu Dhabi recently, but also I can say the B tournament was very impressive. He has this ability to sneak up when you're not looking, but his chess is outstanding. And I think his recent performance, also in the Olympiad, he looked quiet. He was scoring well, but compared to Gukesh's 8x8, nothing was really registering. And then quietly there he is, second, I think, behind Nihal. Nihal was gold in second board, but Arjun had made quietly, and some masterpieces at the end and so on. So very, very strong. I know that most of the top players in the world have sent, and I think Levon probably does not enjoy matches with Arjun Erigaisi anymore.
It's a great rivalry between them. Thanks, Vishy, for the insights. And next up, after Arjun Erigaisi, we have the man of the Olympiad, the boy of the Olympiad, 16-year-old. He's here with us. Guys, any Gukesh fans here? Let's call him on. Gukesh, first let's hear a small AV. In Jan 2021, Gukesh had a rating of 2563. In the next 1.5 years, he pumped up his rating by 163 ELO points, reaching 2726 as on 1st of September 2022. Gukesh is trained by Grandmaster Vishnu Prasanna. Some of Gukesh's massive achievements were winning several events on European soil. But that was not all. The youngster didn't shy away from playing in India and finished second at massive events like National Championships and Delhi Open. While the triple wins at Menorca, La Roda and Formentera on the European soil was impressive, Gukesh's high point was the individual gold medal on board 1 and team bronze for India 2 at the Chess Olympiad. Gukesh scored 8 out of 8, beating players like Sargsyan, Shirov and even the former World Championship challenger Fabiano Caruana, scoring 9 out of 11 and winning the gold medal with a rating performance of 2867 was simply amazing. Gukesh performed better than all the world-class players and even Magnus Carlsen. Currently, the youngster is world number 24 and India number 3. Welcome, Gukesh, and very nice to have you here. We just got to know that you actually were going to be put into tennis first, before chess. Is that true?
Yeah, it was my mom's interest actually. That yeah, so basically both my parents wanted me to be a sports person, and I was also always interested in sports. And yeah, we decided to, like, my mom decided to try and enroll me in a tennis club, and they said they luckily said that I was too weak to be playing tennis. So and then the next year I think I got into chess and some stuff.
And then it's going on, and it's phenomenal where you have reached. Gukesh, 8 out of 8 at the Olympiad. What a phenomenal performance you had. And just that one, everyone wants to know about that one game with Fabiano Caruana that you played, former world number 2, world championship challenger. How was that?
Yes, Fabi is one of the best players in the world and has been for quite some time. And I'm a huge fan of him. And it was an honor to play against him. But yeah, once he showed his opening ideas, I got into trouble and it was not very pleasant. But then I just managed to hold on. And then he was also not in a very great form. So he made some mistakes. And yeah, eventually I outplayed him.
Phenomenal, yeah. Fantastic. Gukesh, please take a seat here. And Vishy, a few words about Gukesh. His playing style, he's just moving upwards the rating ladder. He's now 2724. It's just amazing.
Yes, in fact, it was even higher because I think you picked at 2735, right? So, but he did it so fast. He did it in one tournament. What you're supposed to do in 3, he did it in 1. I again exceeded all our, just blasted past every target we had. I think for Gukesh, the strongest qualities are simply love of chess. So I'll tell you one story with that. Gaevsky spoke to me once. He said, I was chatting with Gukesh. He had just finished the tournament in Mallorca. Menorca, sorry. He just finished the tournament in Menorca. He was at the airport. And he was already asking, I was chatting with him. And he was asking me what's the good line against the Ragozin. And Gaevsky implied that he was already a bit tired of chess because he'd only had 4 days away from chess. And he had like 3 hours away from chess, and he was still working on chess all the time. It's a good story to show you how dedicated he is. And also his chess courage. He played, in my opinion, not the best choice against Fabiano. Because that line I would avoid because it kind of plays to Fabiano's strengths. As you mentioned, Fabiano had 1 or 2 good ideas. Absorb them, counterattack, hit back, and in the end, it is just a masterpiece. It simply doesn't happen often that Caruana is outplayed like that. So, very, very strong. And what I don't like is he has started this thing of being this Indian in Spain. I tell him, wait, that's my routine. That's, the Indian guy who's more at home in Spain and all. That's me. What are you doing with this thing? But he started all his photos in Spain being chucked in the swimming pool and chucked in the ocean and everything. But again, that's a nice coincidence that he has very, very strong connections with Spain. Seems to be very happy there, plays well there, and so on. So that's another, I think, nice coincidence with him.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Vishy. Well, moving to the boy who has beaten Magnus Carlsen 5 times now. Praggnanandhaa, let's hear. If there's a teenager who has beaten Magnus Carlsen the most number of times in the last year, it has to be Praggnanandhaa. The count is up to 5 wins against the world champion, and all of them happened at the Champions Chess Tour. Praggnanandhaa played the Super Tournament in Vaikanze in Jan 2022, holding his own against players like Giri, Juda, and beating Esipenko, Vidit, and Grandelius. Apart from doing exceedingly well against elite players in both online and offline chess, Pragg also keeps winning open tournaments. In 2022, he won the Reykjavik Open, Norway Open, and Parachin Open. At the Olympiad, Pragg played fantastic chess, scoring 6.5 out of 9 and winning the bronze medal on board 3 as well as the team bronze. Pragg was all over the news as he balanced his 11th grade exams in the morning and beat super GM like Giri and Wei Yi in match format in the evening at the Chessable Masters. Famous personalities like Sachin Tendulkar as well as the Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi tweeted about it. Pragg is currently rated 2687 with a world ranking of 50 and is all set to break into 2700 soon. Hi Pragg, welcome.
Yeah, hello everyone. Nice to see so many people here.
Pragg, you've been asked so many times about Magnus and how you beat him, and so I'm not going to ask you about that because we've heard about it. But what I have heard about you is that you have wonderful jokes up your sleeve.
No, it's not wonderful. It's just lame jokes.
Could you tell us one of your favorite jokes?
No, I don't want to do.
I can tell you one of his jokes.
No, wait.
So it was the last round of the Olympiad, okay, and it was very tensed atmosphere there, okay, and Praggnanandhaa, I think the Indian team had to win, to get the medal and so on. So everyone was like, oh, a lot of tension around there. And someone said that, don't take tension. And Praggnanandhaa was like, oh, should I take Nineshan then? Okay, sorry. Pragg.
I'm so embarrassed.
No, come on, it was a nice joke. But Prag, seriously, how was it to, win the bronze medal, to sort of be like so amazing on board number 3, winning bronze for the team, also individual bronze?
First of all, Olympiad in Chennai itself is a proud thing. And to be part of this Olympiad I was just so excited before the Olympiad. And at the start, I didn't play so well. But Gukesh 8x8 gave some motivation, and I also wanted to score. And I think I scored some timely wins at the last crucial moment, which I was very happy about.
Oh, you played amazingly well, beating some very strong players, winning those clutch moments. So thank you so much, Prag, and congratulations. Vishy, a few words about Prag and his rise to the top. He's now world number 50.
Yes. One thing I will say is that with Prag, this world number 50 thing is a little bit deceptive. I think his virtual rating or my imaginary rating in my head is a bit higher even, because he's beaten Magnus, as you mentioned, 5 games. He's beaten Giri, he's beaten Aronian, he's beating the top players in the world. But he's doing it in an unrated format. So online chess, and so it kind of doesn't register. But his results, I think, indicate that he's comfortable playing at the top, and he has no complexes. He's playing them on equal terms. Again, a lot of courage. And one thing about all the WACA Fellows, they play with a lot of courage. So when I was young, a first generation of people struggled with Viswanathan. And of course, people always thought Viswanathan is my name and Anand is the family name. So long story. But anyway, Chiburdani said, I'm not going to Vish, it's too long. I'm going to call you Vishy. Name stuck. And now I'm stuck with this name for 35 years. And I thought, I wonder what they're going to do with his name. So because you have Praggnanandhaa and there's a Nya as well there, which is to throw off people completely. So I expected that it's beautiful that you can make it a nickname, Prag,
Yes.
and that becomes very nice. But his name is registered because everybody loves to try to say his name. I have met people from all over Europe and Africa who say either they'll say Prag or they'll someone say Praggnanandhaa. And then they're so, you can see in their face, they're relieved to have finished the name. And, you know, and that's actually a nice human story, because I see it all the time. People who don't even try with some Indian names, they'll say Praggnanandhaa, and then they're so happy they said the full thing. And I see that a lot. What can I say? His chess is very, very impressive. His accomplishments there. Again, you see this fanaticism, this working ability. In fact, I don't keep up anymore with them because they work much too hard for me.
Right.
I try to pop in once in a while and maybe even steal one or two of the ideas and get by with this, or dump it on Sandipan. But he's very, very hardworking as well. He's opened up a lot recently. I think he's more confident both on the chessboard and off. But there are 2 Prags. There is the general Prag, and there's Prag in his group with Ramesh and his gang of friends, and there the jokes go even much further. And I think it's quite rare. For me, one of the best moments of the Olympiad was when they had the best team performances, which is combined individual and team performance. And so by coincidence, Prag and Vaishali, both were standing on the same box, the bronze box, on stage. I've never seen anything like this. 2 siblings, men's bronze and women's bronze, and there they are together. I like that a lot. Yeah, I think he also is fantastic golden generation that we have. And There's this very nice photo of him being received in Chennai when he became a grandmaster. So, which reminds me of when I came back as world champion. They used to have these receptions at the airport in Chennai, which were very sweet. But this one's amazing. They're all throwing him up literally, and
Yes,
and,
beautiful
it's a
picture.
great photo. So, yeah,
Thank you.
very nice.
Thanks, Vishi, for these. Prag, you're not too angry at me, yes. Prag's looking at me.
Yeah, no, it would have been okay if only all these people heard about it, but also the Chess Base India stream is going on, so that's another concern.
1 million subscribers.
You'll be hearing more about Prag's jokes in the future, but for now, let's invite Vaishali, and first let's have an AV of her. Indian chess has had only 2 female players who have gone on to become grandmasters, Koneru Hampi and Dronawali Harika. It might be a safe bet that Vaishali would become the 3rd player in the country to become a GM. Currently, she has an ELO of 2449 and already has 2 grandmaster norms. Vaishali scored her first GM norm at the Extracon Open, and the second one came at the Fisher Memorial in May 2022. Trained by Grandmaster RB Ramesh at Chess Gurukul, Vaishali is known for her fiery style of attacking chess. At the Chess Olympiad 2022, Vaishali played all 11 games for her team, scoring 7.5 points on board 3. She managed to win a bronze medal not just for her individual performance but also for the team. It was the first ever Olympiad medal for India in women's chess. Vaishali is just 21 years old. In 10 days from now, she will play at the FIDE Women's Grand Prix in Kazakhstan. We wish her the best as she takes her first massive leap into the big league. Vaishali, I have that one question for you, which also Vishy spoke about, that moment when you and Prag both were standing on the podium. I think you did not know that this was going to happen.
Yeah, hello
At the
everyone.
Olympiad.
Yeah, as I said in one of our interview, it's like it's just the moment of our life. I would say it was just amazing. We didn't expect to be in the same podium. Yeah, what to say.
It was too good, yes. And also, we had a quiz here which said you beat Magnus Carlsen when you were 12 years old. How did that happen?
Yeah, Magnus came to Chennai for a Simul exhibition match, where he gave Simul to 20 players, and I was one of them, and I got to play and bet.
Oh, you beat him?
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, Vaishali, please have a seat here, and congratulations for, becoming India number 3 and phenomenal performance. Vishy, your thoughts on Vaishali, sort of the next big thing in Indian women's chess. She's India number 3, world number 29 already.
Yes. So first of all, the importance of what Vaishali is doing is that we had 2 path breakers, Hampi and Harika. And then actually there's been a bit of a gap. So when we started the WestBridge Academy, I was looking for a woman, a top junior on the female side, and she was the only one. Thought she had the best rating at that point, and subsequently she's done very well. I think the bronze medal is a kind of confirmation of that. By the way, both of them not only were in the bronze medal individuals, but part of the bronze medal winning teams as well. So that is very, very important. The second thing is she's very, very dedicated. I remember when I was speaking with Ramesh, what can we do with Vaishali? How do we go forward? He said, you don't have to doubt her commitment. She'll make time and she'll come. And maybe it's a girl thing, but she's always the first one to tell me her schedule and say, on these classes, I won't be available. This class, so easiest to do. And she attends all the classes, goes through the material, follows up, all that. So a lot of dedication to getting better. What I wonder is, what is the relationship between them? Is she the big sister? Does she get to boss him around? Is it the other way? And all that. And I think she's very quiet as well in general, but she gets on with it. And there's a couple of moments which I really enjoyed. So in the online Olympiad last year, she had some crucial moments. Where was it? But it was nerve-wracking following her in Warsaw.
Yeah.
And at some point, I thought she was going to do very well, but her results started to go crazy, but still determined till the end, winning games and so on. I don't think she has as many jokes as Prag, but no. But, you know, what a family.
Right, amazing family. Has it ever happened with both of you that you have a disagreement and you guys said, let's play a game and decide who gets their way? Ever? No? Never? No, not yet. Not yet. Okay. Okay. Next up, guys, we have the little boy, the one who has now quietly moving towards the 2700 mark, also the gold medal at the Olympiad, individual gold medal and bronze medal, Nihal Sarin. When the pandemic struck, Nihal had a rating of 2620. He's now on 2674, steadily moving towards the 2700 ELO mark. Nihal won 2 super strong open tournaments in Serbia in July 2021, reaching an ELO of 2650. Known for his fantastic speed chess skills, Nihal proved the world that he is a force to reckon with in classical chess as well by remaining unbeaten at FIDE Grand Swiss against opponents like Caruana, Dubov, Navarra and Fedosiev. He beat his first world top 10 player in classical chess in April 2022 as he got the better of Mamedyarov in a complex queen ending. Trained by Grandmaster Viswanathan Anand, Nihal is well known for his positional chess and is a player who is extremely hard to beat. He proved it once again at the Chess Olympiad 2022 as he won the individual gold on board 2 with a performance of 2774 and also bagged the team bronze. Nihal is just 18 years old and is already world number 63 and is all set to conquer the world of chess in the coming years. Hello, Nihal.
Hi.
So I first saw you in 2014 at World Juniors, and you would never sit on the board. You would make a move, you would start walking. Does that still happen to you?
Yes, but okay, it's not as much as before. I remember I was seeing some videos then, and then I was not even sitting on my move. I at least improved that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
It's a start.
it's a start. They say that you are extremely difficult to beat. You know, like even the best of players, there are tournaments that you play where you go unbeaten. What would you say is the reason for that?
I don't know. In general, I have a fairly solid style, but honestly, I don't know. And it's not like recently, okay, this year I've lost quite a few games. Well,
Not
nothing
many.
like that, but just I'm a bit more solid than the rest of the group, maybe.
He is so soft spoken and has so less words, but he does his moves, do the talking. Nihal, thank you so much. Please have a seat. Vishi, would you agree with me that Nihal's positional understanding is really right up there at top level? What would you say about him?
Yes. So what can I say about Nihal? He's got this unusual style of someone who plays a lot online, but doesn't have the style to match with it. His style is actually quite positional. He's able to work in quiet positions. For instance, that's not an obvious thing because, for instance, I didn't have it when I was young. I was much better in sharper positions than in quiet ones. And that's how I was. By the way, when I was young, it was the same. I couldn't sit for very long. I used to make my move, get up, and because I was so bored waiting for my opponent to make a move. And I think it's similar with him. But all chess players have this interest in not only what's happening in your game, what's happening in the other games. So it gets addictive to keep walking around, and you feel you can come back and catch up. So the two thing. One is, of course, got a solid style, a technical understanding, but he's also a blitz player.
Mhm.
And he's quite famous for this. I can tell you one story. When we had this Tata Steel event in 2018, Hikaru told me, "What were you guys thinking? Why is Prag in the blitz and why is Nihal in the rapid?"
Right.
Because Hikaru has played so many matches with Nihal, he had learned to fear him in blitz. And he said, "Well, another funny story is that because Praggnanandhaa hasn't played all the rapid events, his rapid rating is, well, artificially low. It's clear something's wrong system. Anyway, that'll be corrected next month. So, but so everything will be all right in this world. But and Nihal is a great blitz player, and most people acknowledge that. So I would add this, that he's not only solid, but it doesn't mean his style is only positional. He has this, if you drop him into a thing, he can calculate very well, very fast. Because of his blitz, especially online blitz, I wouldn't say upbringing, what's the thing, habit.
Mhm.
So his calculation skills are excellent, and that's a good combination to have. He was the highest rated of the group when we started the academy. And I think he had a tough phase last year, but he hung in there, he kept playing, and this year it's gone well. And I think the Olympiad was the crowning. But literally for him, it must have been what Prague was for me, or Prague. And and Antimansis was for me. This good tournament at the end of a difficult stretch. It must have been the same for him, because he won a lot of games towards the end and hit the gold in even outscoring Arjun.
Right.
So they were gold and silver. So that's very nice, and I think, I expect a lot from him in the future as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rishi, for the insight.
And there's a little South India rivalry going. He's so many people say, no, Kerala, we have our Nihal Sarin. So that's also very nice to get.
Absolutely. Nihal is a star. Let's go to our next youngster. Very aggressive, very bold, sacrifices a lot of pieces. Raunak Sadhwani. From a rating of 2545, Raunak Sadhwani has made consistent progress over the last 2 years to reach an ELO of 2620. Raunak's superpowers are his extreme dedication towards chess and phenomenal opening preparation. He has given several excellent performances, winning open tournaments all across the world. To name a few, St. Veit Open, Pilimbergo, Innsbruck Chess Festival, and third place at the Benask Open. Raunak has been consistently moving up the rating charts, but his big breakthrough came at the FIDE Chess Olympiad 2022. Playing for Team India 2, Raunak beat the world-class Grandmaster Lenier Dominguez with a brilliant piece sacrifice. He also managed to beat the higher-rated opponent Liviu Dieter Nisipianu, which helped India beat Germany 3-1. India 2 and Raunak won the bronze medal. Born in December 2005, Raunak is just 16 years old and is already ranked 176 in the world. Very soon, we will see him breaking into top 100 and then 2700 ELO and beyond. Applause for Raunak. Raunak, please join us. Raunak, there was this moment which I think just everyone had held their breath during the Olympiad. You had 30 minutes on the clock. There was a piece sacrifice against one of the best players in the world. You thought for 22 minutes and played it. My God, and everyone was just in applause, and you won that game, and India beat USA. Just tell us about that feeling,
Yeah, I had 30 minutes. I saw that. Then I saw this 94 idea before I played King B1 and all. But when I got there, I wasn't sure to play it or not. In the end, also, I wasn't sure. I saw the whole line. Still, I wasn't 100% convinced. But then I saw I have like 8 minutes left. So if I don't play anyway, I'll get into trouble. So let me just play it.
And you played it, and India won, and that was just phenomenal. And Raunak, You also are a big cricket fan. Could you tell us your favorite cricketer?
Rohit Sharma.
Rohit Sharma. And also you're a big Bollywood fan.
Yeah, not anymore, but yeah.
Not okay. I'll not ask you about your favorite actor then. Okay. Thank you, Raunak. Please take a seat. And Vishy, you played against Raunak when he was very young. He was 13 years old. And that time he had given you a scare. And now he's almost reaching 2650 and beyond. How do you look at Raunak?
Okay, so I played him in the Isle of Man. First round, I was paired with Raunak Sadhwani, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't want to get too equal a position, so I tried to mix it a little bit. But I got into trouble, and then for a long time, he played the best. I mean, maybe a 3-4 move streak where he played the best move on every move. And after he made the move, I realized I'd missed something in my calculations. So I was getting into deep trouble, and I was very nervous at the prospect of losing someone that young. And then he went for this phase where he started making the second best move for a while, and somehow I escaped, got into a slightly better ending, and then sat there very patiently and converted and so on. But it was a big scare. But later I realized the second time we had met, because I had actually met you in Nagpur before. And by the way, it's quite a history, because he has also met Mr. Prakash Padukone, right? You had this photo with him. So he's met everyone. So that was the second time I met him. And then subsequently, when he got his Grandmaster title, he was obvious pick for the WestBridge. But he has this wild side, which is occasionally he'll take very, very big risks and do crazy stuff. I think in Kolkata, he was doing this in many games. He would just play some opening and I think, what is he doing? And there, not all of them paid out, but a couple of them he hit some big ones. So he's got this very aggressive streak. Knight b4 is a masterpiece. It's not that I think many people would see that it's possible, but to understand that it's desirable and that it's necessary. See, all chess players have this conflict where you want to do something pretty, but you want to be responsible and play the best move as well, because after all, you're professionals and you have to play there. So I think that he, in an important game, very crucial game with the US, he understood that the most beautiful move was in fact the best move and he had to do it. That was the key. I was not sure at all. I said, which guy is going to play knight b4 for the heck of it in such a big match, and will he understand that it's not a pretty move, but it's actually necessary to be thinking? And boom, when it happened, I was so relieved then. So again, during the pandemic, I remember he went to extreme lengths to play chess tournaments, like all of them. So he has the same dedication and will. But I think of all of them, he's got this risk-taking side business. Where occasionally he'll do something very, very risky, but it's also nice because it works well with your chess.
Fantastic insights. Thank you so much, Vishy. That's Raunak Sadhwani for you. Now, the latest addition to the WACA team and the WACA mentee, we have India number 4 and now world number 33, Savita Shri. The latest entrant to Team WACA is the 2007-born 15-year-old Savita Shri. Trained by Grandmaster Shyam Sundar, Savita is known for her fearless brand of play. It took her just 2 months in 2019 to pump up her rating from 1968 to 2261. Now in 2022, she made her next leap when she went to Europe and played at 5 events, 2 closed round-robin tournaments in Serbia, then the Serbia Open Masters, the Pistani Cup in Slovakia, and the Czech Open. From an ELO of 2230, Savita reached 2439. This major jump, Savita is now ranked number 4 in India behind Hampi, Harika and Vaishali. She is also ranked number 33 in the world. Coming from extremely modest background, Savita's grit and never say die spirit has kept her in good stead. It's quite clear that she is going to go places with her talent the years to come. Youngest player in the room, just 15 years old. You know, Savita has this thing. She was 1900 and then she reached 2250. And she was right now around 2230. Now she's 2435. She just gains these 200 elo points within 2 months. How do you do it?
To be honest, I don't know. It just happened. And I'm really great. So, yeah, it just happened.
You know, one of the things, Savita, that I want people to know about is that when I used to interview you like 3-4 years ago, you would hardly speak much English. And now you learned a lot of English. You speak so fluently. Could you tell us, how did you learn?
Well, in the lockdown, I started to watch some Hollywood movies.
Wow.
Mainly, I have watched all the Marvel movies. So, and I watched it without subtitles. So, I think that's the only reason.
Well, it just shows how quickly, you know, chess players can learn things. Savita, amazing. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Vishy, just 15 years old, already world number 33, India number 4, and the latest entrant into WACA. Have you been following her games recently?
Yes, very much. So, but you can follow someone without realizing they're gaining that much rating so fast. It's, I think, a huge thing for WACA, because one of my disappointments is that I've not been able to find more female talent. I mean, it is quite unbalanced in a sense, but I'm very happy she's broken 2400 at such a young age, which means she has a lot of time to improve and get better. Also, R.V. Ramesh and Sham speak very highly of her. She is very dedicated and quite aggressive. Had quite a good result in the Olympiad as well. So, all in all, very excited, and I hope she will not only do well, but also inspire more girls to come and join.
Fantastic. Thank you. And our last boy of the day. It's going to be amazing because there's something special coming your way. But first, let's hear about Leon. Leon Mendonça came an IM at the age of 12 years when he scored all his 3 IM norms in just 17 days, a fascinating record. In March 2020, he had a rating of 2418 when the pandemic struck. Leon and his father Lyndon were stuck in Hungary. What looked like a grave situation for the youngster was converted into an opportunity as the boy not only scored his 3 GM norms but also reached 2500 ELO, becoming India's 67th Grandmaster. Leon didn't stop there. He pumped up his rating to 2550 plus, reaching the highest ELO of 2571. 2022 has been a fine year for the youngster. He scored 9.5 out of 11 at the Bangladesh Premier League, winning a board medal, and also won the Hamburg Invitational round robin with 7 out of 9. Leon is not just a fantastic chess player, he's also preparing for grade 6 in violin at the Trinity College in London. A truly multifaceted personality and an amazingly strong chess player. Round of applause to Leon. And I think some of you might know another talent of Leon. Does anyone know? Yes. We're not going to ask Leon to do that, but you can check it out. He's amazing. And Leon, you are so talented. But one thing which has been tremendously inspiring in your life already, you're so young, is that 1 year period where you were in Europe during the pandemic and a lot of people were worried that, you know, you're stuck there. You were like making one norm after the other, becoming a GM there. How do you do that?
I mean, I just was continuously working on my chess, and yeah, I just worked mainly on my openings and that I think made some difference and allowed me to reach that 2500 level and the Grandmaster level. And yeah, we just started playing tournaments and my results just improved.
Phenomenal. Leon, I have a small request for you. I wanted you to play your violin for like a couple of minutes. Would it be possible?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, huge round of applause. You know, there have been musicians and amazing chess players like Smyslov, Taimanov, and I think Leon is going to be one of that, an absolute best in chess and music. Sorry. Yeah. Meanwhile, Vish Italy sets it up. Few words about Leon.
So, as I mentioned, he was the last one to join because he was not a grandmaster when I made the first list. And then he kept at it and finished it by the end of the year. So that's the thing. One thing that struck me when I was chatting with his father and him was that they were simply enjoying themselves in Budapest. They were trapped there, but can you say trapped about two people who are having so much fun? They they were playing in all these nice locations. One, I think over the New Year when it was frozen everywhere around, I got some photos from them, and for them it seemed like a picnic. So they were having a blast. And sometime in the middle of 2021, I asked them, "Are you actually coming back to India or not?" And what's it with this? I was sure his visa would run out or something like that. So I was inquiring what it'll be. But it seems that Leon wanted to play chess so badly, and he felt that once he came back, the reverse trip might not be possible because it's still COVID. So he thought, let me stay there and finish as many tournaments as I can while I'm thinking. That dedication, he's also, as you mentioned, plays the violin. And I discovered today the talent of mimicry. I don't want to put him on the spot, but I enjoyed it. In fact, I'm almost motivated to try and practice a little bit myself. So, no, it was seriously good.
Yeah,
I will not name the names, but it was seriously good, and it's irresistible with such targets. I will try it myself. So, yeah,
Thank you,
big
Vish.
talent.
And guys, we have Leon ready. Leon, would you like to come in the center? Bravo. What beautiful music was that? Like Amruta, my wife, she always says whenever she listens to Leon, she feels calm and, very soothing. And Leon, it's an amazing talent you have. Can you tell us just what was this song? I think it was called Ave Maria.
Yeah, it's called Ave Maria. It's by Gounod and Bach, and it's with this piano accompaniment, especially with the piano accompaniment. And yeah, this is the violin part that I've played along with it.
Did you enjoy it? Like, are you happy with what you played?
Yeah, I think it was okay.
Fantastic, guys. It was tremendous. And Leon, please have a seat. With this, we complete presenting to you the WACA family here. There's a huge round of applause to each one of them. They are the future of Indian chess, and really a huge congratulations and respect for Vishy Anand for not only inspiring an entire generation, couple of generations of Indian chess, but now doing this, really training these youngsters. And thank you so much, Vishy and WestBridge, for supporting this entire initiative. We have very little time, so we're going to take 5 questions from you. If anyone has questions, can come down here. There's a mic and you can address it to anyone on the panel. But just 5, yeah? So we'll limit it. Please.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Thank you. Obviously, huge respect to Mr. Vishy Anand himself, huge legend. I've known about you forever. My question specifically to Vaishali and Prag. We've all heard about Magnus Carlsen as one of the greatest chess players ever, this world champion. What's kind of outside of chess? What's your internal monologue, right? To harness that mentality that, hey, listen, it's just chess at the end of the day. Drown out the noise that this is Magnus Carlsen, a world champion, a great player, and just focus on the game to beat him. And also it's a sibling pair that's beaten Magnus Carlsen, really cool. So just what's your internal monologue to harness that energy?
It's always there in the back of the mind. You're playing Magnus. I think for me it's a different thing, and somehow I just try to play my best chess, and sometimes I manage and sometimes I
Vaishali, maybe you want to say a few words.
Okay, when I played for the first time, I was very excited for that day, and I just played. I didn't have any thoughts about it.
Okay, next question.
This question I want to ask to Gukesh Anna. What's your favorite opening, last white and black?
As white,
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
as white, it used to be ready, knight f3, g3 for a very long time. But nowadays, and then it changed to London for some time. Now it's, I don't know what's the name, but let's just say Queen's Gambit. So, yeah, so yeah, with white, I mean, it just keeps changing. Right now it's Queen's Gambit, and with black, and against e4, just Sveshnikov, and with against d4, it's Raghuzi.
Amazing. Thanks, Gukesh. Yes.
Hi, good evening. My name is Amit. Two quick ones if I may. One is to all players. Is there a difference between playing online versus over the board? Because over the last 2 years, online has taken hold in the chess community. And the other one is for Vishy sir. Chess has taken now up in the mainstream media with different scandal. And we heard about a movie coming about you over the last 2 years. Is there any progress on that? And can we expect you on the big time end of the screen? Okay, so I'll take the second one, then we'll pass it to the first.
Sure.
Yeah, there is some movement on that, and hopefully it will come out soon. Yes, chess has become more popular recently. I think it was there was a kind of latent possibility. A lot of people seem to have had this idea that it would be nice to get back to chess one day, but never got the time. And then suddenly they were given all the time in the world and they were locked at home. So they discovered chess, and then the Queen's Gambit happened as well. So a lot of things struck together at the same time.
Regarding the online thing, can I ask Nihal if it's okay? He plays a lot of online chess. Also Raunak, but let's ask him.
So online and over the board it's a very different thing. Somehow I cannot really explain what it is, but just the feel is very different, and I feel it has somewhat different skill sets. Although it's chess anyway, but the skill set is a bit different. Like online, it's a bit more with mouse and all that. It's not too different, but there is a clear difference.
When Nihal came to my room yesterday, he saw it and said, "Beautiful mouse you have there." Quickly spots it. Yes, next question.
My name is Santosh. I'm the CEO of Chessera. So we are actually conducting online tournaments since 2019. I want to know what exactly is the future of online chess tournaments, because the main problem is with the cheating. So so far we have conducted more than 150 tournaments and got more than 400 cheaters, and I'm totally fed up of it. So I just wanted to know your view of what would be the online chess further.
Vishi, would you like to take it?
I think some amount of cheating is part of human nature, especially on this scale. So we're talking of millions of games being played, and then a small fraction of that. So we don't want to exaggerate also. But yes, the fact that it's so easy to do, especially with computers, but equally the resources are there. There are good anti-cheating measures available. Typically, the computer again is what's scanning these games, and we'll just have to live with it. But in the end, you can't do everything. The arbiter can't do everything. The players have to have a certain set of ethics and values and respect that. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Hopefully, in the end, the fact you'll be caught in the end is enough deterrent.
Okay, so guys, that was the end of today's show. I hope you enjoyed it, this entire thing. I know that a lot of you wanted to get signatures and autographs. So we're going to have 5 minutes of signing up there on the second floor. So there we are going to do it, but we'll limit it because they have had a very long day today. But I want to thank each one of you for coming out here and gracing this occasion. A big thank you.